be on call except for when you're sleeping. Gary Keller says we should put our vacations in first when we make our plan for the year. I love that. Now, I've influenced Carrie to think that way, so it's good when you get your spouse on the same page. When I want Lisa to do something, I go to Jack first. Get him on board.
Now, when I want him to do something,
She knows.
if I want him to do something, should I go to you?
It could work a little, not quite as well though. What tools will you use to achieve your 2018 goals? You now have goals. Let's say we all are good. We have goals, we know our why, we know why we wake up every day and what we're gonna do, what we're gonna accomplish. Do we have tools to help us? And a tool could be literally anything. Yes?
Productivity coaching.
Productivity coaching, yes. It's gonna be a great tool for us here. Pat, you have some tools?
I sure do. I have, Wendy is my top tool.
Which is her administrative assistant?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. And then
she's
I have-
outstanding,
I have, well, our mastermind group.
yes.
That's an excellent tool. And I have certain other subgroups that I work with people.
Good.
And basically, my main tools are people.
Yes, I was actually just gonna point that out if you didn't.
Mhm.
Interesting. Her tools are people. That's what Bob was actually kind of saying, 40% of his business is from someone else, generated. Any other tools you can think of that you're gonna use in 2018? When I talked to you guys about shift, some of you were at my couple classes I've done. I really believe we're seeing a shifted market. We're in an odd market right now, in my opinion. And who knows what 2018 holds? I don't have a crystal ball, so I'm just telling you right now. But when you're doing your budgeting, you're looking at your finances, your expenses, 411, it's on there, right? Tracking, you're gonna track it this year, right? We're all gonna track it, okay. When you're looking at that, take all your expenses to zero. We call it zero balance budgeting, right? So we're going down to zero. It only goes back on if it deserves to go back on. And then we hold it accountable, whatever that expense is. We hold it accountable, and when we find out that it's not working, if that is the truth, and it's not all the time, many of them are working, we cut it. I mean, how many of us that have been in the business for a while have $39.99 coming out of our credit card that we don't even look at? Several of them, right? Some shiny thing glistened enough when we signed up for it, and then we didn't track it. How about this?
Bam!
Starts with your 411. Who's going to commit to doing their 411? If you're in here and you don't raise your hand, then I'm very upset at you.
If you're in here and you raised your hand and I don't see it at the class,
Yes, come to the 411 classes. Go on KW Connect and check out the 411. I'm telling you, it's an amazing tool. It'll help you keep your head together. How about this? Does everyone know the CGI? You've probably heard about that, but maybe the 4 conversations? Does everybody know what they are? No? Okay. I need a pen. Throw one back in.
This is on KW Connect, guys.
I love the 4 conversations because we were doing it as market centers, and some brilliant person international went, why aren't we sharing this with our agents to do for their own business? Which makes total sense. So the 4 conversations are this. Appointments? How many, right? Deb, what's the next one?
This is for agents. I use the TL version.
Right.
Sorry.
This would be gross, or this would be contracts. So for market center, it's gross. Agents, new agents coming, right? For you guys, it would be contracts. How many contracts did I write? How many new appointments, so this is new, by the way. not repeating appointments. How many new appointments do I have this month? How many new contracts do I have this month? That means, let's say, let me put it this way, listings, right? And things like buyer, seller listings, right, under contract. Then you have
That,
closings for agents, we call it net associates, so gross and net for Market Center. So for you guys, how many listings, contracts, how many closings? And for agents, everyone know what GCI is? Gross commission income. For us, at the Market Center, it's net profit. For you, it's gross income. What did I bring in? If you could track these 4 things right there, I tell you, it will change your life. Because you'll know where you're at in your goals at all times.
get
And-
a coach.
Your coach will hold you accountable to them. But it's right on your computer. And there is a way, Jillian and Sharon can show you, how to put it on your cell phone. So you can just add. It'll be through your like Safari or Chrome or whatever you use, but it'll come up and then you can just add. You go to an appointment, just add 1. Boom. How many of you could see the value of this? We call this the wall of value. How many of you could see value in tracking just these 4 numbers? This is what we're going to teach on a regular basis to you guys. It's going to get drummed into your head. If I have anything to do with it, it's going to get drummed into your head. I really, really believe in this. If you need 4 new appointments this month, and you know you have 3 at whatever date you're looking, how many more do you need? Right? 1, that's right. Gene Rivers said he used to make his goals by the 15th because he wanted to go fishing the rest of the month. So let's do this. Let's track with your, it's called My CGI. Like,
I actually use that as the basis for my actual business plan. So I start at the 4th, the net income, gross income,
Yep.
whatever you want to use.
we do too.
And then
Back at it.
back.
Yep. Yes.
The next step on this, I actually met with Tucker Brown, I think you guys were here.
He was here from Wealth Building
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I met with Tucker last week, and I know Tucker from a church relationship. But the next step from this, beyond that, is I'm thinking of retirement. you know,
Yes.
And you guys should be thinking of retirement too, because whether you're new in the business and you're 22, or you're 56 like me, you need to be thinking that way. And you can map out where you're going to land. And one of the things that Tucker had shared with me, because I didn't know how I compared with other people in my tracking. And when he saw his comment to me was, Bob, I got people that have $15 million and don't track it like this. So the tracking element gives you the ability to make projections to know if you're even going to hit someplace where you're at.
Right.
So it's so important to do that. And his comment to me was like, his biggest mistake that he sees people never make wills, and they don't, because it's painful, talk about your death, and they don't track their retirement because they're afraid they won't hit it or they won't have enough, so they just ignore it. Well, that makes all the sense in the world, but that's the truth. So the next step from this is, once you get this hammered down, is map out your retirement plan.
Yes.
I'm just gonna add stats, because stats are hammered into my head. 70% of all real estate agents retire on Social Security alone. 70%, that's nationwide.
And that's the power of this company, to have you be vested in profit share. I can't tell you the gift that is. After 3 years, you're vested. Thank you for sharing it, both of you. The key to this, though, you can't stop at this. Sorry, it's not that easy. You need a pipeline report. The real money that we make in this business is really in the follow-up. The lead gen is really, crucial because you have no business without the lead generation. But if you don't follow up, Gene Rivers at the business planning was calling it default business. What default business is you're just not getting because you just didn't follow up. Stuff you could have worked and you didn't. So don't be afraid of the phone. Don't be afraid of face-to-face, right? Get out there and go get them. Pipeline report. Know who you've been talking to. Who's a potential. You're going to meet somebody tomorrow who's not ready till March. Put them in the pipeline report, right? Trip them, call them every so often. Send them houses, whatever, whatever your conversation goes with. Make sure you're in front of them. I've had people say, I'm not going to buy till March. And 2 weeks later, I find they're under contract with somebody. Paul Allen used to say, buyers are liars. So don't trust them. Trust the people, but they sometimes don't know when they're saying something is not really that true. They find the right house tomorrow, they'll buy it, right? How about this? Plan to achieve your goals using a 1-3-5. That some of you have been in some of my classes, I've talked about this, right? We have one person in here that's my hero, Ashley. She came to my last class and she did a 1-3-5 and showed it to me. Holy cow. If you only knew how unique that is. That was awesome. So she has a 1-3-5 on her goals. What's a 1-3-5? Does anybody know?
One goal,
Yep.
3 ways to get it.
Yep.
5 steps to each way. I don't know.
Yep.
I call them focuses. We actually,
Yep.
and my team have been doing it since the last month's class, and
Good.
every single week we say, what are we doing, what steps are we doing this week, and then the following weekly meeting, did you do it?
Good.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so it's really makes
It's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes it simple what I have to do every day.
This is Gary Keller's way of thinking, by the way. It's always in charts and circles and lines, right? But this one makes sense to me. Have a goal. You have 3 things that you're going to do. 1, 2, 3, right? And 5 ways to get each one of those 3 done. Purposeful action steps. By the way, this is also on KW Connect, correct? Yeah, so you can go and look this up and do a little more research and watch a video or 2 or 10 or something on it. I love the 1-3-5 because sometimes, just being totally upfront with you, one of my weaknesses, I have a goal, but I'm not quite sure how to achieve it. And then it's like you said, making a will. Who said that? Did you say it? Bob, yeah. First time Carrie and I were going overseas, we had little kids. And we were told we should make a will, God forbid your plane goes down or whatever, right? I got the paperwork from our attorney, and I was like, no thanks. I pushed that thing off, And it wasn't until I was challenged by somebody who really cared about me that I actually got it done. Because it was painful. Just to think about my kids not having their parents around, right? And who's going to take care of them? Just that question right there was difficult, right? So, if you don't want to do something, you'll push it off. Last Wealth Meeting Wednesday had a great statement. I hope I quoted it right. It was, I think it was Zig Ziglar actually said it. If you really want to do something, if you don't really want to do something, you'll find an excuse. If you really want to do something,
Find a way.
you'll find a way, I think is how it goes, yeah. So, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is, we can rationalize a lot out. And so, we have to have a plan to focus, is really what I'm trying to say to you. In order to focus, you have to have some sort of structure to it, or you'll get off. I get off, right? I mean, I could come in the office and just look at my email and get bogged down for an hour or two, just reading, responding, and all that stuff, right? And some of them I probably don't need to at that moment, right? And then you get tired, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm hungry, you had something to eat, whatever. And then all of a sudden your day's shot. I want to talk about one opportunity that not everybody is probably taking advantage of, but I want you to. For you, not for us as a market center or whatever. Keller Williams profit share, I'm finding more and more to be one of the most powerful things you could get involved in. Because you don't have to pay for it. You know, there's no monetary investment. If you help the company, in any Keller Williams company, worldwide now, build their company by referring somebody to them, you get paid. And you keep getting paid. And that person could be a team leader or an OP or productivity coach. And all of a sudden your tree starts to run without you even knowing anybody. My tree, I look down 2 levels and I don't know anybody's name. And it's going. I'm down 6 levels now. Pretty cool. I just want you to know how powerful this is. I'm not quite sure how to tell you, so I'm going to play a video real quick. We're going to go 15 more minutes, 20 more minutes, okay? Everybody all right with that? All right. You have to go. It's okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Totally fine, yeah. This just is a quick video to explain how profit sharing works, because I think at the end of the day, a lot of us just don't know. It's just this mysterious thing. And on the 21st, I get something deposited in my account and I'm not exactly sure how it got there, right? So, check this out.
When deals close, agents who haven't capped pay company dollar to the market center. The market center uses that money to pay its bills. What's left over is profit. Every real estate business is in business for profit, and usually the owners keep all of that profit. This practice makes sense. Owners invest in businesses with the hope of seeing a return. At Keller Williams Realty, we do things a little differently. We believe in growing the business together. So we split the profit between the owners who took the risk and the associates who have helped grow the market center. Roughly 52% goes to the owners who took the risk, and roughly 48% goes to the associates who helped grow the market center. So, how is it dispersed? We figure out what percentage of the market center's profit is a result of that associate, and we take that percentage of the profit share pool and disperse it through the branches of that associate's profit share tree on a monthly basis. The associate sponsor gets half, the associate sponsor's sponsor gets 10%, and so on until all of it is dispersed through 7 levels of sponsorship. At Keller Williams Realty, we believe the profit will grow exponentially when everybody has the opportunity to share in it. We believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together, everyone will achieve more.
Let me get that again real quick on the...
Achieve more. Believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together,
I think it's a little,
Sorry,
there.
there it is. 557.
until all of it is dispersed through 7 levels of
I just want to
sponsorship.
get the number.
At Keller
Sorry.
Williams
Sorry,
Realty,
Taylor.
we believe the profit will grow exponentially when everybody has the opportunity to share
Okay.
in it.
Oops.
We believe in
Not necessarily the most techie guy. Okay. So this is the levels, just so you understand how it works. Say 1,000, you bring in somebody that comes to the company, you refer them to Debbie or me or Larry up in Newtown, whatever. They come to Keller Williams and they bring $1,000 worth of the profit that month to the market center. 50% of it goes to you, right? You, right? This is first level. And then second level and then down, it gets dispersed this way. So how much is 50% of $1,000? Yes. So you would get $500 that month, and then the other $500 would be distributed like that. Okay? Make sense? So it's funny how as you go down, it starts to go back up, the percentages again. How many of you have any questions about profit share? thoughts of it?
I think it's awesome.
You think it's awesome?
I remember my first, what I would consider a big check, it was over $2,000 in the beginning, and I called Paul Allen, because he was the OP then, and I was
Yep.
like, oh my God! Because as much as we talked about it, it really wasn't the reason why I came here.
Right.
So it was kind of fun when it was a big one.
Fun and shocking
Fun
that
and
it actually
shocking.
worked.
Yeah. Ours was, I think my first one was like $30-some.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, even though it was only $30-some, but it was like, oh my God, I just got 30, I think it was like 36.25, something like that, for really doing nothing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
just
that wasn't my
was there.
first one, it was
No,
just my
that was my
first big
Big
first
one.
one. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
And most
big
of
ones
them are
nice.
not like that.
No.
But it's still.
It's still
so
fun
it's
to get.
Every month, every 21st.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that, because I saw it go in my account the first month, I'm like, is that a mistake?
Yeah.
I already got that, because I got a paper check in my mailbox, so I mean, that's another resource, it's coming from somewhere else, and I wasn't sure, then I got it the next month, I'm like, oh, but now I understand why I'm getting it.
Right.
That's awesome.